I think the exhibition of Rudi Fuchs is an incredibly important exhibition, because I hope that the exhibition that I've done, Strangely Close, is as radical or offers as radical a view of the world as his exhibition did in 1983, but I'm really not sure about that. Because I think that what he did was break with the chronology of art history in this exhibition. He'd just come back from Documenta in 1982, and this was the first exhibition he made after Documenta with the collection of the museum. So it was a moment where, if you like, Rudi was absolutely in his prime. Right? He'd conquered the art world, and he could do anything he liked, basically. And what he does was try and set up dialogues which are anti-historical, which try to explode the idea that there's an art history which goes from A to B to C, and so forward, and actually tries to say that the visual appearance of the artworks is what we can experience today at this moment, or that moment in 1983. And I think that was an incredibly important step. And what we try to do in bringing stories in recognizing globalization, in thinking not only about the visual impact of the work, but also the narratives, the sound, the element of thought that occurs in artists telling stories. Sorry, I got that wrong. Where was I? What did I say there? I can't remember.
Dat Rudi Fuchs had alle vrijheid om te zeggen wat hij wilde.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the Rudi Fuchs exhibition, which is upstairs, is, I think, a repetition of an extremely radical moment in art history. Because what Rudi Fuchs does there is do away with the chronology of art. We should remember that he's just come back from Documenta in 1982, and this is the first exhibition that he makes with the collection in the museum since that kind of crowning moment. So it's Rudi Fuchs in his prime. It's a Rudi Fuchs that is that knows how to do things somehow in his way. And what he does is say that the stories of art, the impressionism developing into expressionism, developing into conceptualism, that's not interesting. What's interesting is the here and now moment of how you put one work, a Baselitz, next to a Donald Judd. And he does it in terms of relationships, formal relationships, visual relationships, relationships with the eye. But I think that allows us to think about relationships in general. And what we have got in the contemporary world are artists that tell stories much more, that are not so interested in the individual work, but are interested in the narratives behind it. But this moment in 1983 allows us to develop narratives around the work, because actually Rudi tells stories with pictures. Because if you really experience that exhibition, you have to say, what is this relationship between these things? It's not a story I know, I have to make it up. And I think that making up of the story, that playing with art history, playing with these objects, is something that I think is that he taught us. And as a younger curator, it allows me to do what I can do, because he did what he did then.